With the third overall pick in the 2004 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals selected Larry Fitzgerald. In Week 1 of the 2004 season, in the very first game of his NFL career, it took Larry only his first reception to create a very common theme for himself. When the ball was in the air, number 11 was coming down with that shit every single time. Now, despite the Cardinals' struggles, Larry continued this theme for the remainder of the season, finishing his rookie year with 780 yards and 8 touchdown receptions. His sophomore year, Larry made his first Pro Bowl team, finishing the 2005 season with 103 receptions for 1,400 yards and 10 tutties through the air. Over the next 2 seasons, number 11 clocked in 169 receptions for over 2,300 yards and 16 more crib calls. But there was one thing missing. See, for over the last 60 years, the Arizona Cardinals had only won 1 playoff game, and their last appearance was 1998. But oh baby, were things about to get hot in the valley, because for the first time in number 11's career, he was going to have some consistent help from his pitcher. And from the jump, it was 13-11 all night long. And the 2008 Cardinals came out ready for war, winning 7 of their first 10 games, due in large part to Larry Fitzgerald not being able to drop the fucking football. Larry totaled 96 receptions for over 1,400 yards and 12 receiving touchdowns. But the Arizona Cardinals hit a wall, losing 4 of their last 6 regular season games and going into the playoffs ice cold. But now's about the time I'd like to ask you to put your seatbelts on, gentlemen, because despite entering the playoffs as a wild card with a 9-7 record, Larry Fitzgerald had other plans. And now I'd like to quote the great Ron Wolfe by saying, I don't think you can have a better character trait as a human being than a guy who's at his best when you need it most. On this week's episode of Man, who the hell is supposed to be guarding number 11? We're looking at none other than Larry Legend. Now first let me preface by saying there is not a more dangerous play in sports than a flea flicker North Kebab to Larry. Look at that shit, baby. Look at him just reel it in. After swiping the Falcons by 6 at home, Larry and the boys traveled east to uptown Charlotte, where they would have to face a Carolina team that was undefeated at home all year. But honest to everything, if I'm a member of the 2008 Cardinals, I'm thinking to myself, who gives a flying fuck? We've got number 11! I want you to look at the reach, son. Look at the reach! Look at it! Larry and company put a beat down on the Carolina Panthers 33-13. But now we were headed back to Glendale for some genuine world-shocking, son, because the Arizona Cardinals were facing the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship. And on the very first third down of the game, Larry Fitzgerald brought 70,000 people to their feet. Look at those eyes! Who was going to tell number 11 that he couldn't play in the Super Bowl? Nobody, son. Nobody. I mean, another do-si-do in the backfield, and look at Larry get in there, baby. 9 receptions, 152 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And just like that, the Arizona Cardinals were heading to the Super Bowl. And no music, because now it's getting a little bit serious. See, this time the Arizona Cardinals were going up against a Hall of Fame magazine cover, what many had deemed at the time an unstoppable defense. Only there was one problem. Nobody could stop number 11. He continued his Hall of Fame run, clocking 7 receptions for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. He put his team in the best possible position to win every single game. And in just 4 games, he racked up 30 receptions for 546 receiving yards and a whopping 7 touchdowns, while also giving the world one of the greatest Super Bowl battles of all time. Now, many know what happens next, but that's not really the point of this video. Larry brought a team that everybody had written out to the biggest stage in football, striking genuine fear into a defense that had been bullying the league all season long, cementing his name forever as Larry fucking